The students claim that the interim SRC is handpicked by the University Management and Council and that it will not have the interests of students at heart when amending the Students' Governance Constitution. They added that the university's failure to permanently appoint a council chairperson, dean of students, student developer, and holding elections to appoint the SRC president is the reason the institution is failing to address students' needs.
There's been deaths, I think, in a space of a month or 4 weeks or a month, more than 4 deaths of students, some suicide, and there's been no accountability. No one is held accountable, no one is taking responsibility. Even the announcement of these deaths takes time to even come to public.
The students say the institution's failure to negotiate reveals their indifference about student concerns, while some are concerned the decision to evict them will negatively impact their academic progression.
What we expect from the VC is to come down, negotiate with students, and then the other thing that is wrong that they have done, they have interdicted student leaders who should be coordinating this thing, who should be negotiating with both students as well as the management to then calm down the situation. What we are seeing here is arrogance and abuse of power and abuse of state resources.
As students, this eviction, which was a short notice, it is inconveniencing us in such a way that we don't have allowances. Most of us we received allowances in the previous month, and some of the students just came back home because remember, the previous Monday on the 6th of October, it was the reopening of the midterm. So some students had just came back home, and now they are being told to go back home again. Remember, some students are living outside the province. Some of them are living in Gauteng, some of them are living in Western Cape, so they are paying inconvenience. And some of them now have to borrow money because they are panicking.
The institution has refuted almost all the claims made by students, from the said weak security detail on campus, the use of the interim SRC to silence students, flawed governance, and the calls for the immediate resignation of Vice Chancellor Professor Sakhele Buhlungu.
And we actually ran a study just 3 days ago where we've had over 900 registered undergraduate and postgraduate students participating. And only between 10 and 12% said they believe the VC must go. So we are saying that this issue is being exploited by those who do not want to see structure, discipline, and governance in establishment of higher education in the Eastern Cape.
The university says the protest is influenced by external forces that want to milk the institution dry.
We have many theories. We know that this week those who appeared in the court for fraud, that case was going on. We also know there was a councillor here from the Raymond and Kloba municipality who led student unrest and demanded work for the taxi industry. And then, of course, we know we are busy with a huge infrastructure project as part of the renewal program. There's also employees that we recently put through disciplinaries and who actually were found guilty. So at that point, I cannot conclusively say to you who we think is behind it.
Currently, the university is counting its losses, with the cost of damage estimated to be between 250 and 500 million rands. The severely affected buildings include the institution's Agriculture and Science faculty, the Education faculty, the Faculty of Arts and Culture, Campus Clinic, the Administration building, among others. Agriculture and Science faculty dean says students' academic materials have been destroyed, as well as newly installed cutting-edge technology in the faculty.
In terms of undergraduates, they have practicals that they are doing in these labs. And also postgraduates, they have practicals that they are doing in these labs. So in reality, that means that even if they come back, we're going to struggle in making sure that we continue with the practical part. However, we are still busy assessing the situation, but I must also state the fact that, especially when it comes to postgraduate students are depending on the results which have been here and the samples which are been here to get their data.
The institution says it will resume academic program online on Monday while students remain at home. Since the announcement of a temporary closure of the university, off-campus student accommodations, including NSFAS accredited accommodations, have also ordered students to evacuate their residences, a move that has been deemed unlawful by NSFAS and a breach of contract between NSFAS, students and accommodation owners. The institution says it is engaging stakeholders and the Department of Higher Education regarding the recent events and restoring order at the institution. Sidima Mfeku, SABC News in the Eastern Cape.